welcome back to the Caprine Cottage Knitting Podcast. My name is Anne, and today I'm joining you from my living room in the Finger Lakes region of upstate New York. Just a little change of scenery today. So there's been a huge amount of truck traffic on my road this week. There's a gravel pit at the end of our road, so it's not crazy to see trucks, but the last, it's Wednesday, and so the last 2 days have been insane. It's very loud. Also, my neighbor was mowing his lawn today. It's a lot of environmental sounds. So I'm in the living room because it's a more of a kind of like center of the house location, and hopefully it's less loud here. I'll do my best to edit anything out so you don't hear it. But anyway, today's video, as you may have guessed by the title by now, is all about my trip to the Central New York Fiber Festival in Battenkill, New York. It's about 2 hours away drive from my house. And I got to go with my partner Caleb. It's very rare that he and I take any time off together. It's hard to leave the farm for both of us at the same time. It's hard to leave on a weekend, in the summer, all those things. So that was really special. I've been to this festival twice before. This is my third time going. I went in 2021 and 2022. I skipped last year because I was saving money for my trip to Scotland, but I went back again this year, and it was a really good time. It was a little bit wet, so that was different. The last 2 times I've gone, it was like hot and sunny. But yeah, so right after this, you are going to see a small amount of clips that I took at the festival. I definitely, when I get into that environment, I get like really excited, and then I forget to take pictures, I forget to film, all that kind of stuff. But I took a little bit, mainly cute animals, so I hope you like to see that. And then afterwards, we'll meet back here and I'll show you everything I bought. You guys seem to like that from the local yarn store day video. So yeah, we'll get right into it, and I'll see you in a couple minutes. Hi everyone, we're in the car, a little late to go, but we're ready to go. Caleb is here with me, and we're about to set off on our way to the Central New York Fiber Festival. And we're back. Hi again. I hope you liked seeing all that. It was a really good time. I do feel like because of the weather, the tent sides had to be down, and so it was not hard to film, but I felt like it was harder to really show kind of what the environment of the festival was like, because it was just white tents and then you couldn't really see. But yeah, so I learned as we walked in that they're moving the festival to a different location next year. And so that's going to be a little bit farther from where I live, but maybe I will still go. I don't know. I like the idea of it being, going somewhere new and trying something, a new adventure, I guess. But yeah, it's a nice small festival. I feel like if you've been to one of the bigger ones like Rhinebeck or Maryland Sheep and Wool, this is significantly smaller. I think it's maybe 4 to 6 tents of vendors. There's a fleece tent, There's like a classroom space because there are workshops that are offered there as well. There's like a handful of food vendors. I think there was like maybe like 3 food vendors and 2 ice cream or something like that. But it was a really good time. It's a lot more manageable if you're like me, and sometimes, you know, like a busy crowd, a busy environment can be sort of overwhelming. We got there, I think, around lunchtime, like around noon, and it closed at 4. And in the past, I felt that that kind of wasn't enough time, but I was with different people those times, and I feel like Caleb and I move at a more kind of like brisk pace than some other people. So 4 hours was plenty of time to see everything and eat lunch. One of the food vendors there is amazing. It's called, I think it's called Artichoke French. Maybe it's something like that. And they have like all artichoke things, but also they have a huge amount of gluten-free options, which I am gluten-free. So anytime I find somewhere that has something that's like gluten-free and fried, I'm all about it. So I look forward to that every time. So I got those. I got fried artichoke hearts. But yeah, there was a lot of cute animals. There was a lot of little like cashmere goats. We saw like multiple little groupings of them. Oh yeah, there's like a children's tent. Some of them were in the children's tent. We went in there to see them. But yeah, so now I'm just going to show you guys what I got. I was thinking that I bought a lot of stuff, but I actually, like, now that I've assessed it at home, I didn't buy that much. Maybe that's me trying to like make myself feel better, but I didn't get a ton of stuff. Mainly just like, you know, I don't know, fiber is bulky, so it looked like more than it was when before I got it home. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start with the physically smallest items and work up to the physically largest items. I don't really know why I want to do it that way, but I think it just makes the most sense. So yeah, we'll just get into it. The first things I have here are some from different vendors, but some different kind of like spinning fiber little, I don't know, little guys, little atoms. And so this is, I think it's just 1 ounce, a 1 ounce, 1 ounce package of yak top. And so this was, I'll take it out so you guys can see it better. There's going to be crinkling. So if you're like, have headphones on or something, beware because everything's in plastic. So Caleb pointed this out to me. We were looking at this woman's booth, and I'll hold it up so you can see. But he was like, look, they have yak. And I've felt yak fiber before, but I've never spun it. And this was $8 for the ounce, which is like not cheap, but for like to try something for 1 ounce, it's not that much money. And it's a very different color. Like I feel like I've seen yak before, but it was like a dark brown gray kind of color. So I just had to buy this. It is incredibly soft. And I spoke to the woman. Her business is called Acorn Works Fiber Processing. I'll make sure to link all of the business websites that I can down below. But she was telling me that she bought this woman's like stash of yarn and spinning stuff after she passed away. And so this was part of that. Like this woman had this cream colored yak fiber, and it is so soft. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I might blend it into some kind of like spinning blend or just spin it as is, but I thought it was unique. It was something I've never tried before. So yeah, I wanted to get that. Caleb had a good eye. He caught it. I didn't see it, but he saw it. Then the next 2 things I have are 2, I assume they're 1 ounce packages of Wensleydale hand-dyed locks. Maybe I'll hold them. It's so crinkly. I'm so sorry. Hold them like this so you can see. But these are from a farm that is actually very local to me. They sell at the same farmer's market we do, and this is Windsong Farms. And they have long wool breed sheep. They have other animals too. I think they have belted Galloway cows. I know they have other sheeps too. These are Wensleydale. I think they might have Lincolns and maybe another breed that I can't think of right now. But I love these hand-dyed locks. She does a lot of natural dyeing. I'm not sure if these are natural dyed. I'm just going to crinkle for a minute so I can show you. But this color is called Full Moon. And it's kind of, did I drop one? No. It's kind of like green and purple. And I have used her locks in spinning blends many times before, and they're just like one of my favorites, so I made a beeline there. I can buy from them whenever, but I don't know. It's more fun to buy at a festival, I guess. So that's one. That color is called Full Moon, and this color is called Harvest. Very loud, sorry. Oops. And so this has like some more green and orange and yellow. Yeah, and this fiber is just so shiny and so beautiful. I love it. Like I said, I've used it many times before. Once again, I don't have like a very, I don't know, firm plan for those. It's just we'll go into a spinning blend eventually. Then I said I was going smallest to largest. I guess the next thing is this little guy I got. I don't know if you can see it. It's a natural dyeing kit. And I don't think I got a card from this woman. I have bought from her before too at the same festival. She has Icelandic and Shetland sheep, and I've bought spinning fiber from her. But then I saw these kits this time, and I just thought it was so cute. And so I got the weld one. She had like, you know, cochineal, indigo, all different natural dye stuffs. And then it's just like a little kit so you can dye. Let's see if I can get it out. You get these 3 little baby skeins of yarn and then the dye stuff, and there's instructions in there. And so it's just like a cute little, I don't know, it was $5. It was just a little like, it's just a fun little activity. I have done natural dyeing in the past. I'm not an expert by any means, but I'm always growing different things. And so weld is one that I've never grown, so I thought I would try it. It was just cute. And I really like her stuff in general. Then the next things I got were from a booth that I think this yarn band says, it said it was like something of Alaska, and I didn't ask the guy, but I got the vibe that maybe he was either just like selling a estate of something, or because these were really cheap. So I have 2 skeins of yarn here. I'll put them closer. These are hand spun, and there was a huge amount there. There was like easily 50 skeins of yarn, if not more. They were all hand spun, and they were $5 each. So I had to buy some. It was kind of an impulse buy. I have no plans for this either, but they were beautiful, and yeah, I felt like some of them should go to a new home, a good new home, just because, you know, I really appreciate someone's like hard work that goes into something like this. And these are like pretty hefty. This one is like the gray and white one is like 3.5 ounces. And this has a yarn band on it. It says that it's bamboo and alpaca. So that's cool. It has like kind of a cool drape to it. I thought it was really pretty. And then this yellow one did not have a band, but it's really beautiful. It feels woolly. Yeah, they were $5 each, and like somebody had to make them. So I had to get some. There was way more than this. There were so many. And then also at that same booth, he had, again, like easily 50, if not like 75 bumps of fiber. Like this is just this. And they were $10 each. And so once again, I don't really know what's in this blend. It's kind of a funny looking blend. Like maybe it's like wool and alpaca, but then also I'm seeing what looks like strands of Firestar in it, so I don't know. It was just random and $10, and so I thought a brown one would be nice. I love brown, so here we are with that. Those were mostly like impulse buys. Then the next thing, I guess we're going to get into skeins of yarn next. So the first one is this beauty. So this is from Life in the Long Grass, and I have been dying to get my hands on some of her yarn. And so I saw a booth and I saw her yarn band, like it's so recognizable, and I, like beeline for it. And I was talking to the woman, and the business name I think that I bought this from is, I think her business name is called Tika Bags, and she does like project bags and all kinds of other really cute stuff. I loved her booth. I felt like all of it was very much to my taste. She had Life in the Long Grass, and she had some other indie dyed yarn that was really beautiful, and then her handmade bags and some like cute little notions. Oh yeah, I don't have it with me, but I got this cute, I'll put a picture here. It's like a cute little stitch marker of like a little sleeping baby sheep. It was so cute. I had to buy it, again, impulse buy. But yeah, this is the Life in the Long Grass sock yarn, and I'm so excited that I managed to get a skein. I love her dye colors. I think that they're really like moody and just different than what I see a lot. So I was happy to finally get some of that. And then the next thing I got was this red skein of yarn. Always have something red. And this is from Battenkill Fibers, and it is a skein of their Adirondack DK. And so I bought this and what I'll show you next because I had intentions of making or planning to make a certain cardigan pattern, which I forget the name of it. It's like bird cardigan. I can't remember what it's called. But in the time since the festival, so I went on Sunday, it's now Wednesday, I've changed my mind. And the whole saga has ensued since then. But so I've decided I'm not making the bird cardigan. I'm actually going to make the halibut sweater by Caitlin Hunter. Put a picture here. And yeah, so I bought this thinking I was going to make the bird sweater. I may incorporate this into the halibut. I'm not sure exactly how. But I also have actually never bought yarn from Battenkill Fibers, even though I've seen them a million times, and they're a mill that's like probably the most local to me that you can get. Yeah, so it's red. This was on sale, I think. Oh, I'm realizing I forgot to bring things to the video. I also got a cool like magazine thing from them. I will, once again, I'm going to put a picture in. I did not collect up all the stuff very well. Whoops. But the next thing I have is I got 4 skeins of Scout by Kelbourne Wollens. And this is the color Sunflower Heather. Let's see if I can get a band facing you so you can see the Scout band. But so like I said, I bought this in the hopes of making that bird cardigan, and then I just realized after I got home that I didn't want to make it. I don't know, I've been like wanting to plan for that, and then I just changed my mind. I don't know, sometimes that just happens. But so then because I switched to wanting to make the halibut, I realized I'm a skein short. Because I have to make, I think, I can't remember, it's either the second or the third size. And it needs 5 skeins. So yesterday, on Tuesday, I went into Owego and went to Gorgeous Fiber Arts because I know that he sells Scout as well. And I picked up one more skein, and he, like, it was magic. He had the same dye lot that I bought. So what are the odds? Like, it feels sort of like it was meant to be. So I got my 5th skein of that, and then I also picked up this color from him. This is Autumn Heather as my contrast color. And so I really like the idea of trying to, it's only a 2-color pattern, but I really like the idea of trying to incorporate this red into. I love this color palette of these 3 together. This is like the ultimate me color palette, where it's like kind of grungy, but also primary and bright. I don't know. Maybe I'll do like some striping around the cuffs and, you know, the neck or something with the red. But so that wasn't all from the fiber festival. I did go into the yarn store to pick up an extra skein, but the original 4 skeins of yarn I bought from a small business called Frogget at the festival, and you'll see there's a clip of their like mobile yarn store. So their booth was a trailer, which I thought was so genius. One of the greatest ideas I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it. And so yeah, their booth was just in a like walk-in, you know, like the kind of trailer you would use to like move a car, like that's covered, you know, like a sports car, or like if you have a band equipment, that kind of thing, like a covered enclosed trailer, and it had 2 doors, and it was just beautiful. It was a great idea. They were really sweet. So the Scout, the first 4 skeins of Scout came from them. Okay, so then we're actually on to the last thing. So see, I didn't get like way too much stuff, but the last thing is really big, and it's this. If any of you spin, you know what this is. It's gonna crinkle for a minute, so I'll just crinkle. This is a fleece. Big surprise. It was so, hold on. I'm gonna try and crinkle and then talk so you guys can hear me. But yeah, so I think we had pretty much finished up, or we were close to being finished, and Caleb was like, what's in that tent? I'm like, oh, that's like the fleece tent. Like, I shouldn't go in there. It's always a bad idea if I go in there. And he's like, well, don't you just want to see? And I was like, okay, fine. Like, we'll go look. And right as we walked in, there were Icelandic fleeces there for very, very reasonable prices. And I've been wanting to do this project with, I mean, it doesn't have to be an Icelandic fleece, but with a double-coated fleece. And I noticed when I first looked at these that they're beautifully double-coated, which I don't know, maybe some people that's like not a strength, but to me, for what I want, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to pull some off so you can see that up close. So I'm going to set this on the ground too. It smells so sheepy. But yeah, let's see if I can show this in a way that is good for you to see. So here you have like the long guard hairs, and then there's this soft undercoat. But so this is a really great example of what a double-coated sheep fleece that's got really distinct two coats like that looks like. But yeah, so the woman, like, we looked at all the fleeces, and then I was like, Caleb, I have to get that black Icelandic fleece. Like, it's beautiful, it's unique, and it's exactly what I'm looking for. And it was under $20. I want to say it was like $17 and some cents. I mean, maybe there was tax. I don't know. But it was really cheap, in my opinion. And I know Icelandic wool is kind of more rustic, so maybe it's not as desirable. I don't know. And also colored fleece. Maybe I just like the stuff that's not what everybody else likes. But the woman who checked us out, like that was volunteering in the tent, she was the woman who grew this fleece. And so we got chatting, and she was really, really sweet, and she seemed really excited that it was going to a good home, and I told her about my project, and she really liked it. Yeah, so what I plan to do with this is I have this book. This is kind of the book, besides like self-research on the internet, this is the book that kind of started my interest. And it's called Medieval Garments Reconstructed. And this is the companion book to a book that's called Woven into the Earth. And this has all of the like more technical aspects. I think, I don't own Woven into the Earth. It's like a $50 book. So this was actually expensive too, but I don't have that one. But in here they talk all about, it's about garments that were excavated in Greenland. And they're some of like the oldest extant pieces that we have as humans, because fiber obviously degrades really easily. And so, yeah. And one thing they talk about a lot in this, and that I've read about, is like the creation of, I think it's called like wadmal or vodmal. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what that was about. The camera was being weird. But anyway, the project I want to do is to create this kind of like more, I guess you could say ancient type of cloth. And so you separate out these long guard hairs from this fuzzy underneath stuff. And here I can even just do that right now and show you guys, because I'm going to be doing a lot of this. But let's see. Maybe just with one lock. This is too much. And I should buy combs to do this, but I'm probably just going to do it by hand, because the last thing I need is more fiber processing equipment. But so you just separate out. So this is that really fuzzy, fluffy, incredibly soft undercoat. And then you also have, man, you can't see, it's black, these long guard hairs. And so then you spin the long hairs, I think with a Z-twist, and I think it's spun a little bit more tightly, and then you spin the fuzzy stuff with an S-twist with less spin, and then you use the long fibers as your weft when you're, or no, as your warp when you're weaving, and then the fuzzy stuff as your weft. And so yeah, it creates this very, and you weave with a 2-2 twill. So this creates like it creates a very specific kind of cloth. And this is where I'm like really delving into the fiber nerd department here, but this is something I've been really interested in trying for a long time. And I just saw this fleece and was very inspired by it. Sorry, I need a little water. I feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit. But yeah, I've always wanted to try this, and this fleece just seemed absolutely perfect for it. So yeah, that was kind of my largest but not most expensive purchase. Yeah, I don't know. And hopefully I will take some video as I go through that process. Maybe I will buy a set of combs because I can see as I'm sitting here that it's going to take me a long time to hand separate these fibers. So I guess maybe I will find a more efficient way to go about it. Yeah, I gave that woman my card and I'm hoping that she will get in touch. So hi, if you by chance see this, please get in touch because I might be interested in buying more fleeces from you just because this is so beautiful. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Like I said, I also got that book that I didn't bring in here. And I want to say I got something else reading material-esque. If I remember, I'll add it. Oh, I also got a needle sizer. That's not super excited. It's in my notions bag already. Because it's just something I don't own, and I have a ton of vintage needles that are unmarked. So, yeah. I think that's all that I have to show you today. Kind of a shorter one. Next week's video is the Q&A. So I have quite a few questions from you guys under the original Q&A post, but if you have a question that you would like answered on video, feel free to put it down below in the comments of this video. Let me know if there's something you want to know that you feel like could have a longer answer to it. Otherwise, obviously, I'm happy to answer your questions just as usual in the comments. Do you have a favorite thing that I got? I don't really know what my favorite thing is. I feel like it's all exciting in really different ways, but also like the fleece is really exciting to me just because I love something that's like a multi-step process. If you haven't figured that out yet. But yeah, so that's it. That's all I've got. I hope you're knitting away or working on something right now. And yeah, I don't think I have any other real business stuff except, the usual. In the description, you can find all the links to where you can find me. I am on both Instagram and Ravelry, and I'd love to be friends there too if that's more your jam. Yeah, leave me some comments, say hi, and I'll see you next week in our Q&A 1000 subs celebration video. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do that as like a premiere where I could then be in the chat talking to you guys. So if that sounds desirable, like if anyone would attend, I'm happy to do that. Yeah, so see you soon. Bye.